Hi, my name is Jonathan Wilkerson. Um, the purpose of this video is to explain my reasoning for how I ranked my dispositions and to understand the qualities that I need to work on before I become a teacher. So, for dispositions that I possess that I think will make me a successful teacher, the first one that I ranked 10 was curiosity. Um, I've always been big on asking questions. If there's something that I don't know, I want to find that out. Um, so being curious and asking questions is very important, I think, in the learning process. Um, Number 9 was honesty. In my experience with substituting and working in the schools, I've noticed that, and just from my own experiences, it's best to just be upfront and honest, especially with kids in school. I know that they definitely appreciate that honesty and just being upfront with them about whatever it may be. Next was professional conduct. I definitely think professional conduct is a big disposition that's important, especially with dealing with ethical decisions and for a lot of the kids, being a role model for them, especially ones that may not have the best role models in their life outside of school. For number 7, for me, was reflection. I think it's very important to look back and reflect on things to see what can be changed. Nothing is ever going to go perfectly, so in every situation, there's always something that can be improved upon, and I think the reflection is the best way to do that. Then for number 6 is dedication. Definitely an important thing of being dedicated to teaching. There are teachers I've interacted with and encountered that I can just tell there's not the same dedication that they probably once had, and it is reflected in the students because they aren't getting the level of education that they should be. So it is very important to have that dedication to the job. So for the dispositions that I feel I need to work on before I enter the classroom as a first-year teacher, the biggest one that I put as number 1 was compassion. I do have compassion for other people. However, it's not the easiest for me to always see someone else's point of view. So I think for me, that's working on that's going to be something that not just in my professional life, but my personal life can definitely be improved upon. Number 2, I put respect for the diversity of others. For that, it's something that it's not really something I've focused on. I've always just kind of pretty much been accepting of other people. But the specifics of it are things that I definitely think could be improved upon for myself. Next, for number 3, I put advocacy. It is important to have somebody, it's important for students to have somebody that they know they can trust and that they can go to in times of need or crisis. And having someone that can advocate for them if they feel they aren't getting justice done to them. And that's something I know I'll have a tough time speaking up about in the beginning because I will be a new teacher. But regardless, it is an important disposition. 4 and 5 were high expectations and fairness. Um, they're kind of about the same. The reason high expectations is one that I need to work on a little more is because I know that for all the students that I've interacted with at, at the high school I currently work at, I know that they can do the work, and so I do have high expectations for them. And so for me, will be beneficial to work on that, so there isn't as much pressure that I put on the students, because sometimes it is too much. They get pressure from their other teachers, from their parents, a lot of other outside forces, and so I want to not add on to that, but encourage them and push them with the expectations. And for qualities that professional educators should display, I think all 10 of these are ones that should definitely be displayed by teachers. They all set a good example for students of how they should act, how they should, behave and grow and mature. So yeah, I would say all of them. But thank you for watching.